For many people, it's a hobby, a fun pickup game to play with friends. But for Utah native Callie Jo Smith, pickleball is a career, and she's very, very good at it.
What an incredible shot.
This mom of two is currently ranked number 2 in PPA women's doubles and number 4 in women's singles, making her one of the top female players in the country. She's a devoted athlete, a fierce competitor who describes herself as relentlessly passionate. Callie, welcome to Studio 5.
Thanks so much.
This is so fun to have you here. Now, we've got so much to talk about. You grew up playing tennis. You were just fantastic at it. I mean, let me just read this off so I don't mess this up. You took the state title 4 years in a row and then went on to play Division I at the University of Utah. And you are a self-described tennis snob. So how were you first introduced to pickleball?
So as the tennis snob, I would see pickleball. So I was coaching in Orem. Well, I coached all over, but I was coaching in Orem. Some students, and there was these people playing this pickleball game next to me. Yeah. And it just the strokes drove me crazy. Really? I just see this in tennis, like we're all about strokes and it looks pretty. And so I was watching these players play this pickleball game. I was like, I can't even look at it. It just drives me crazy. And I came home and I vented to my husband and was like, this pickleball game is so stupid. Like, they're taking over my courts. I said, I can't even look at it. I'm like, shouldn't even be around. I'm like, it's not a hobby. It's like, it just shouldn't even be, shouldn't even exist, right? And literally the next day after I had this vent session, my husband was like, hey, my grandfather wants to play a pickleball tournament with you. I was like, haha, very funny. He was like, no, I'm serious. Yeah. My grandpa wants to play with you. So I was like, oh my gosh, I can't turn your grandpa down, right? So I went and played with him. His name's George Snell. Went and played a tournament with him. And it's like, okay, it's better than I thought, but still not my thing. And a guy named Mike Nielsen came over and was like, hey, how long have you been playing? I was like, oh, I don't play. This was a one-time thing. I'm a tennis player, right? Yeah. And anyway, so I got going. I was like, he wouldn't take no for an answer. So I was like, well, why don't you give me your phone number? And if I'm interested, I'll give you a call. Okay. So I went home thinking I'd never touch a pickleball paddle again. And actually, my husband and I are very competitive. He's athlete in everything, and I am everything tennis or sport or racket sports. And so we could never really compete with each other because he beat me in every other sport and I killed him in any racket sport. But pickleball was a little bit of a middle ground for us. Wow. So we started competing there and ended up losing to some people we thought we should have beat or killed, and we got killed. Yeah. And I thought I will never lose again. And that's really what
there's that competitive drive. Okay, I'm not going to lose again. So we are going to go all in on pickleball. And you have made a career out of it, and it's amazing. You're also a mom of 2. What is that balance like?
Ooh, it's really tough to balance. Without my husband, Kyle, I obviously wouldn't be doing any of this or any traveling or any pickleball. So I'm really grateful for him and his support. Yeah. But a lot of it comes from just family and their support for me. In addition to my faith helps me balance it. I believe God's just involved in every aspect of my life and gives me energy to keep going even when I don't have any. And some of the days are hard. Like, for example, my daughter the other day just said, Mom, why are you always gone at pickleball? Like, I just want you to be here. And I was like, okay, here come the waterworks. Like, I'm so sorry. But it's tough to balance sometimes. Yeah. And just like every mom, you have your moments where you feel like you're juggling a ton of plates and then they just all crash and you have a good cry and then you're fine. Yes. You get back up, pull yourself together and just keep going because you love your kids and you love your family. And so I wouldn't say it's a perfect thing yet. It never
is, and it's never really balanced, but it's just managing which, has more time at what time and different phases of their life. Now, I'm not the only one with questions. You have a huge fan base. We have got questions from your fans, so we're gonna do a little bit of pickle talk. So let's bring in our questions from our fans, and we are gonna pull some out at random. All right, there we go. Okay, all right, let's at least get one of these in. Okay, this is totally on the spot, so it's like I'm in a lob and you smash. Is that the right term? Okay.
That works.
Do you ever feel pressure to perform from anyone besides yourself? Obviously, you want to play well for your partner, but do you ever feel pressure from other sources, maybe rather than just the internal pressure you feel?
I mean, so I guess a little pressure comes from, now I'm providing for the family, and so there's a little pressure coming from there. I want to do well. I want to do well for my sponsors. So family and sponsors, maybe outside of partners and myself.
Okay, that's amazing. Let's get one more in here. Okay. If money were no object, what would your dream vacation be? I love a question like that. That's so fun.
I've always wanted to go to New Zealand. My dad used to travel the world, and he told me that was the most beautiful place he'd ever been to. So I've always wanted to go there.
Callie, it is so nice to meet you. Good luck. You've got a tournament this weekend coming up. Huge career in front of you. We're just so proud to call you our own Utah.
Thank you.